We know that when they walk out of that building, that world is completely different for them. Giving them a safe space or a space to call home, they want to do their best.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Hey fam, welcome to the Tenacious 10, where we spend 10 powerful minutes with some of the most committed, passionate, and tenacious teachers. In this episode, we talk to Daijon Rice, a kindergarten teacher at Friendship Chamberlain Elementary and Middle on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. Miss Rice, thank you so much for joining the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
So I was just in your classroom on Tuesday, and it was such an epic experience. I had to have you come on this podcast. Your kindergarten babies rushed out and hugged me, and it was such a beautiful experience. It made my day.
I'm sure that you made their day too.
Before I entered your classroom, I talked to Principal Harris, Diamond Harris, and I said, you love your principal?
Yes.
Yes.
And Miss Torres.
Yes, they're amazing. They're amazing.
They are the best.
And so I said, hey, who do I need to talk to? What classrooms do I need to visit? And without question, they said, you've got to go visit Miss Rice's class.
Because they didn't even tell me.
Yeah. They knew you were going to be ready. They knew you were going to be ready. Your room, your classroom radiates so much joy and so much creativity. And this podcast is really how this spirit of tenacity plays out in the practice of great education. What does tenacity mean to you as an exceptional teacher?
I would say tenacity means to beat the odds. Just stay strong, have your best foot forward, regardless of what you're faced with. Becoming a teacher at a younger age, you really had to learn the ropes and really experience it for yourself. So I would just say beating the odds.
So as a kindergarten teacher, and perhaps even on your journey, your education journey, your journey as a teacher, where did you have to be most tenacious, or was there a tenacious moment that really shaped how you deliver every day?
I would just say being there every day. People have so much faith in you. Every year you get stronger. You start to dive deep into your practice. I just think it's just getting to see your growth every year, making sure that your students are hitting certain targets. And being present in the classroom with your students, that's what really makes me feel like, okay, I have to give this my all. I have to figure out how I can maneuver and make this work.
How long have you been teaching?
I've been teaching that for 8 years. So I've been at Chamberlain for 8 years, but I've been teaching for 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you started off where?
I started off just subbing so I went to collegiate. My teacher at the time was telling me that I should come and do summer learning academy. And I was so scared because it was a group of boys. And I'm like, I look, small, look their age. They're not going to listen to me. She was like, yes, they will, because you demand
high
attention.
school boys?
High school boys. And so I did that, and they just gravitated to me. They answered questions. They were respectful. They were so kind. Total opposite of what, I thought I was going to get just by me looking their age. And she said, this could be a good profession for you. And at the time, she knew the principal at Chamberlain, and she told him that I would be putting an application in. Did not ask me. She just said she's going to put an application in. I put an application in, and it went from there. And so my first kindergarten class at Chamberlain, they are now in 6th grade.
Wow.
Yep.
So your origin story. So you're not new to Friendship.
No.
So you've got a unique perspective. What makes Friendship so different and so special that you would stay and wouldn't want to leave?
Friendship changed my perspective on just being a young African-American in the world. I lived in Maryland at the time, and I wanted to go to the high school for all my friends. My mom was like, no, you're not going to, I think it was Suitland. No, you're not going to Suitland. And she's like, what is it for you there? Like, you're not into art, you're not dancing. You want to be going to healthcare. She heard about Friendship Collegiate, and they had a healthcare track.
That's right.
And she's like, you can go here. They have a white coat. They have a track that is specifically for what you're looking for later on down the line. And they have great work for college acceptance and stuff like that. And I was just like, I'm scared to leave what I know. And she was like, nope, you're going to do it. So she tricked me and told me I was going to an orientation. She was going to be there. She signed me in and said she had to go to the bathroom and left.
Wow.
And so when I came back, the lady that was showing us
Collegiate's
around.
a really big school, so I know you were more than a little nervous.
Yes. So when I came back, the lady was like, "Oh, you're going to be in this class." And I'm like, "Huh?" It was summer bridge.
Wow.
And I was so embarrassed. I was the only one out of uniform.
So 9th grade.
Yes. I was the only one out of uniform. I'm like, okay. And from there, I stayed. I loved it. And I thank my mom to this day for just pushing me out of my comfort zone. Again, as I got older, I started realizing just like how important responsibility is, taking your education seriously. And friendship is just like one big family. It was never nothing in school or outside of school that they weren't willing to help you with or show you the ropes or give you resources on. And I love the fact that they are shaping young minds, preparing them. That one line in our mission statement of just being well-rounded really sticks today. Like just having us be prepared anywhere. Like we can go anywhere and adapt because of the tools that they have equipped us with from early on. Just thinking of all the things that they give us and how they take care of us and they mold our talents. Like it's never anything that I can't come to someone in a network and say, "Hey, I want to pick your brain about this," or "Where should I go to get information about this?" And it's in-house. It's just a wonderful feeling.
When this Tenacious 10 episode airs, if I'm not mistaken, Chamberlain is going to have a huge honor under its belt. It will be named a bold school. And by bold, it means it's a breakthrough school. That means that students at every academic level are not just meeting standards, but they're exceeding those standards, right?
I'm so proud of us.
You know, you should be, because that sounds great, right? And we appreciate the work, and you can say that. But what is the real investment? What is the secret sauce behind the work? What do you think makes Chamberlain such a special place?
The passion for our children and families. We know that when they walk out of that building, that world is completely different for them. I feel like giving them a safe space or a space to call home, they're able to really open up, let go, and they want to do their best for their teachers, their school, their community. They want to really show you what they know. We have a lot of kids in Chamberlain that just don't get that love or poured into at home. And it's important to know that you're supported when you want to learn, when you want to invest in yourself. And so from young, I pour into them emotionally to get that kick out that we need for what I'm trying to give to you to stick. I always tell parents that we don't only focus on educational, but social emotional will take you far as well. If you are able to greet someone or know patience or know how to be kind to people, that also gets you just as far as having a great education. So I think Chamberlain teachers and our community as a whole does a good job into just pouring into our whole child, like making sure that families are supported, making sure that we hold parent PDs if the homework is getting harder. Just making sure parents are on board with like what's going on, what's changing, what's happening in the world, how we can best serve your kid. Just like we're teaching them at school, we should be on the same team at home. And I think that's what really, really drives our grit to make sure that just like our kids are showing their best for us, that we are saying, hey, you guys are giving us exactly what we need. We want to celebrate you too.
So it's interesting. A great education isn't just about that academic rigor, although you can't have it without the academic rigor. Yeah. But it's also the sense that I saw when I was there, when I was walking the halls. There wasn't a child that walked down the hall from the security desk to the classroom, to the front office, to the innovation lab. Wherever you were going, someone was calling you by your first name. They were giving you a hug. And they were sending you on your way.
Yes.
Right. So I noticed that community was really tight knit. Mm-hmm. And then this is something I thought was really interesting about your class. You are that teacher, right? So let's say you got a kindergarten student and she's in your class. That means her younger brother wants to go to her class. The nephew wants to go to the class. The cousin wants to go to your class. What are you doing every day, you think, that makes an entire family or community say, if I'm going to Chamberlain, I've got to enroll in Miss Rice's class?
I can say I'm showing up, putting my best foot forward. And this really sticks hard to me as a parent now because you really want the best for your child. And I'm in a fortunate situation where, I was able to go to school. I was able to provide and have a good head start for my son. But I realized in our community, that's not always possible for others. And so giving those parents the backbone to say that their child is in a loving, safe space, I want to go 100% because I know that's what I want for my child. So I show up to work. I do the best that I can. I make sure that I tap into each child's personality, give them their own special attention, because as much as we like to see ourselves as a community, we also have to foster the individual personalities that we have.
So kids know when you love them.
Mm-hmm.
They know when
do.
you care. And when they know that you love them and you are fully invested in them, they go all the way for you.
And that's something I don't take for granted. Like, I know I can get my students to learn and be where they need to be because I give in what they need. So I think that's the biggest piece.
Well, listen, thank you so much for being so incredibly tenacious
Thank you.
and demonstrating your tenacious spirit with a spirit of love, with a spirit of care. You talked about giving 100% every single day. And I know that you feel that love from your kids, but I can just tell you as a parent, that's the kind of teacher that makes you feel so good to drop your kid off every morning.
Yes.
So thank you for being the model of a tenacious teacher.
Thank you.
And I'm coming back to your classroom, okay? Because I need my hugs. I need my hugs.
They're
okay?
gonna, especially Madison. Madison remembered your name.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Listen, don't get me started. Don't let me set up office at Chamberlain next week. Oh my gosh.
Come.
I will. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Until next time.
Next time.
All righty. Let's hug.